It's early in the morning when Jimin, after a tough workout, finally arrives home. He's exhausted, his muscles aching from the intense training session. He drags himself to the couch and collapses on it with a tired sigh. Mom, bring me some water. Jimin calls out, voice hoarse from exertion. But instead of his mom, his cousin Susie entered the room with a glass of water in her hand. She hands it to him, and Jimin smiles up at her, grateful for the refreshment. Susie, who has been staying with them for the past 2 months for her studies, takes a seat next to him on the couch. You wake up so early today, Jimin comments, surprised to see her up this early. Susie hums with a mischievous glint in her eyes. I thought I would try to be hardworking just like my brother. Jimin chuckles and takes a sip of water. There is a brief silence before Susie speaks again, her tone playful. Your fiance is really beautiful, she says casually, glancing at Jimin. Jimin smiles, but there's flicker possessiveness in his eyes as he replies, I know she is, he says with a chuckle, but don't you dare to flirt with her. She's your sister in law. Susie raises an eyebrow, a teasing smirk on her lips. Do you know she is bi? She asks, her voice filled with curiosity. Jimin pauses, his smile faltering for a moment. No, she is not, he responds firmly, his tone suddenly serious. She might look like that because of her clothes and short hair, but she is straight, and I suggest you to stay away from her. Susie doesn't seem to be deterred. What if she wants it too? She asks, her voice quieter now, filled with an edge of teasing. Jimin's eyes narrow in confusion. What do you mean? He asks, his voice rising with concern. Susie leans closer, her voice low. What if she offers to have contact with her? Jimin stands up abruptly, anger flashing in his eyes. What rubbish are you talking about, Susie? He demands, his voice cold. Susie remains calm, her smirk never faltering. She wants both a woman and a man to touch her. He says, matter of facility. Jimin face darkens, disbelief settling in. I don't believe you. He snaps. Susie's expression remains unchanged as she coldly replies, she's more into girls. She's marrying you because she wants you to train her. That is it. Jimin's jaw tightens, his anger rising. Without saying another word, he storms out of the house, determined to get answer from Sunmi. Jimin arrives at Sunmi's house, his heart racing, his mind swirling with questions and anger. He yells her name from downstairs. Jimin, you call out, stepping out of the room, appearing at the top of the stairs. You look surprised to see him there. Jimin marches up the stairs without hesitation, his frustration evident in her every step. Where is Sunmi? He asks urgently, his voice tight. You freezes for a moment, your face showing confusion. She went out, Dad. What happened? You ask, your tone laced with concern. Jin doesn't waste any time, he gets straight to the point. Is she? You freezes, your eyes widening at the question. Jimin, what's going on? He presses further, his eyes narrowing. Yes or no? You hesitate for a moment, then nods, your voice barely above a whisper. Yes. Jimin looks at you, his eyes searching your face for some kind of explanation. Tell your sister. He starts, but before he can finish, Sunmi enters with her dad. Jimin, you are home, Sunmi says, her voice calm but uncertain. She glances at her father, who is standing behind her, watching the interaction with concern. Jimin doesn't seem to notice her father, his attention solely on Sunmi. Sunmi's father looks between the two of them, his voice filled with worry. Son, what is going on? He asks. Jimin turns to face him, his expression serious. Sir, I respect you, but I cannot marry your daughter. The word hit Sunmi's father like a punch to the gut. His face faltered in disbelief. But what? But why? He asked, his voice filled with confusion and hurt. Jimin softens his tone but remains firm because she needs a coach, not a husband. Sunmi steps forward, cutting off her father attempts to speak. Her voice is firm, unwavering. Dad, no need to explain, she says, walking closer to Jimin. As much as I respect you as my coach, I like you too. But if you think I only need a coach, I can't change. You're mine. It's your choice, Jimin. No one is forcing you to marry me, not even Dad. The tension in the room is thick. Jimin stares at her at his cold, but there's a flicker of something softer beneath the surface. He looks away, unable to meet her eyes. All right, Jimin says, his voice resigned by. He turns to leave, but Before he can step out of the door, Sunmi speaks again. Whatever you have taught me, I am very grateful. She says softly, her voice filled with emotion. Thank you, sir. Jimin poses, nodding once his voice quiet. Yeah, he says before walking out of the house, the door softly closed behind him. Inside, Sunmi's father looks at her with concern. Sunmi, he begins, his voice filled with worry. Sunmi shakes her head, her heart heavy with the weight of the situation. I told you that this marriage wouldn't work, Sunmi. Please, Dad, she interrupts, her voice firm. Promise me you won't force him. He respects you a lot, and you shouldn't take advantage of that. Don't worry about me. I am fine. Lying on your bed, tears streaming down your face as waves of guilt consume you. You clutch the pillow tightly, your heart heavy with the weight of the lie you told Jimin. A part of you doesn't know whether Jimin is right or no. Maybe it is, and perhaps agreed to this marriage only because she wanted to be trained by him. But none, the only thing piercing through your confusion, the sound of Sunmi's muffled sobs coming from her room. It has been an hour since it started, and each sound feels like a dagger to your heart. You wipe your tears, unable to bear it any longer. Sliding into your slippers, you walk to her room. You feet heavy as if each step carry you guilt. When you enter, your heart aches at the sight before you. Sunmi sitting on her bed, hugging her knees, tears streaking down her face. Her usual strong demeanor is gone, replaced by vulnerability. You have never seen her like this before. Even when your mom passed away, she held back her tears, staying strong to comfort you and Jungkook. Annie. Your voice trembles as you call her, tears filling your eyes. Sunmi looks up, startled to see you crying. She immediately wipes her tears and forces a weak smile. God, why are you crying, baby? Her voice is soft, but it carries concern as she stretches her arms towards you. You don't answer, instead, you run and hug her tightly. Why is my baby doll crying? Huh? What happened? Sunmi rocks your back gently, her words trying to soothe you. You manage to choke out because my Annie is crying. Her expression softens further. She smiles weakly. Me? No, no, I'm fine. Look, she says, wiping her cheeks. It's just a little heartbreak. That is all, nothing to cry over. You pull back slightly, looking at her with red, swollen eyes. Do you love him, Annie? Sunmi hesitates, her gaze falling to her lap. I don't know about love, she admits, but I started seeing my life with him. I liked him. Your heart clenches at her confession, but you press on. Are you not marrying him to get trained? She shakes her head adamantly, her voice firm. No, I will admit that when Dad suggested it, I did think about how marrying Jimin could help me to improve. But it's not the only reason I said yes. I like him, but it is okay. Guilt crashes over you like a tidal wave. Tears blur your vision as you blurt out, I am sorry, Annie. This is all happened because of me. Sunmi looks at you sharply, her brows furrowing. What do you mean? You take a deep breath and with trembling words you confess everything. Your long time crush on Jimin, how Susie manipulated the situation, and how your actions hurt everyone. Instead of getting angry, Sunmi cups your face gently, her eyes filled with understanding. Oh my god, baby doll, you have had a crush on him since 6th grade. Why didn't you tell me? Her voice breaks slightly and she pulls you into another hug. You can barely speak. Guilt choking your words. I am sorry, Annie. I didn't know how to tell you, and now you're crying because of me. I ruined everything. Sunmi pulls back, looking you in the eyes. Wine, you don't worry about me. I'll talk to Dad. I'll tell him to speak to Jimin about you. Your eyes widen in shock, but he likes you, Annie. She shakes her head with a smiled eye. But you are hurt, Wine. I am more hurt now, you whisper. I can't see you crying. Please forgive me, Annie. Don't be sorry, baby doll, she says softly, brushing the tears from your cheeks. Taking a deep breath, you stand up. Okay, wait here. I will bring you to. Without having a chance to stop you, you leave and head straight to Jimin's house. His mom greets you kindly and informs you that Jimin is in his private gym upstairs. Your heart races as you climb the steps. When you enter, your eyes immediately land on him. He's running on the treadmill, sweat glistening on his skin. The intensity of his movements make your throat rise. But you gather your courage and step forward. He notices you and raises an eyebrow, not stopping his pace. What? His voice is caught. I am sorry, Oppa. You stammer, addressing him with respect for the first time. Jimin's expression hardens slightly. What are you doing here, Violin? You swallow the lump in your throat. I came to apologize. I lied, Oppa. My Annie isn't. Jimin abruptly stops the treadmill and steps off, his sharp gaze cutting through you. Then why the did you lie to me? He yells, his voice echoing in the room. You flinch, tears welling up in your eyes. I wanted to marry you. You admit your voice barely audible. Jimin's eyes heavily pinching the bridge of his nose. Why do you even realize how wrong this is? You're obsessed with me just because I look good. This is not healthy. I know, you whisper. I'm sorry, please marry my sister. She really likes you. I promise I won't come between you two. Jimin stepped closer, his voice softening slightly. Promise me you will see me as your brother from now on. You hesitate, your heart breaking at his words, but you nod. I will try. He smiled, faintly ruffling your hair. You're a pretty girl, why? Don't waste your feelings on someone who doesn't like you back. Your voice cracked as you ask, can I hug you one last time, Oppa, please? Jimin looks at you for a moment before nodding. You can hug me anytime, but as my sister. You wrap your arms around him, holding back sobs. It's hard to let go of your feelings, but deep down you know he's right. One day you will find someone who loves you wholeheartedly. Until then, you will wait for the right person and for the right time. To be continued.